Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and welcome to Esoteric Influences for the 15th day of August, 2020. I've been working with a pendulum. I'm real concerned about the whole interference with the Postal Service and all of that that's happening. That's actually a crime. But, you know, nobody in this administration cares too much about, they just do whatever they want. So the law doesn't really matter. But I asked it, is that what's happening? Are they trying to interfere with our vote? I'm getting a definite yes. Yeah, we can't let that happen. You know, we have vote by mail here in Oregon, but we also have drop boxes. So for the first time ever, I'm going to take our ballots to a drop box, and I'm not going to send it through the mail. I don't understand why one half of the, well, I don't understand why the Senate GOP didn't follow through with their job and throw him out of office last February. Wasn't it February when they did this? They did that ridiculous vote. You know, power, what is the saying? Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yeah. It's why we don't have absolute power in this country. We have to have three branches so that one group doesn't, one section doesn't run amok and ignore the way that we've always operated in this country. There's a lot. You know that something bad is in the works when they try to interfere with your ability to vote, and whether it's not giving people their stimulus checks because they can't work right now. Or work safely. Maybe their job has just flat gone away and they can't find another one. So the country is in peril because of this. And to try to then stay in power when you're clearly the one that's causing all the grief, well, it happens. Apparently it's happening now. So anyway, we have a 6 energy for today in this 8-6-22 month. So we have 8 for leadership, but 6 we're going to be, has its own kind of leadership, really. If you happen to be on a 6 life path, which today you wouldn't be, you'd be on a 9, but if you are on a 6 life path, if that's your energy, you serve others by providing compassion and understanding and assuming a leadership role. So today, with that energy also influencing the day, spend time with a partner. Today, experience both harmony and renewal in your relationship. Allow your love to flow and allow it to heal any long-held wounds. Just sort of take that, take charge of that and try to get things going in a healing direction with people today, particularly if you've, been estranged or something like that from somebody else. Now's the time to let that go. There's a lot at stake collectively right now, as we see. And we need to all be together now. We all need to be on the same page, whether it's about what's happening with the government or happening with the virus or whatever. We just all need to be on the same page now. Our rune for today is Thurazaz. It's a fire element rune. It looks like the thorn there, a rose thorn. I should bring in, for those of you who don't have rose bushes, different kinds of thorns on rose bushes, but there's one where most of my roses have the big thorn on them. Some of my more wild roses, though, don't. They have smaller thorns on them, so it's difficult to see the relationship here, but it really does look like a rose thorn. But this is also known as Thor's hammer. It's defense, it's new beginnings, it's protection, it's opposition, it's impulsive behavior. Giants, chaos. It's also useful in weather magic, and I know this personally. I've done a spell with weather magic spell using Thurazaz, chanting Thurazaz, and I got the and sure enough, the snowy clouds parted, and I got to go somewhere. And we weren't sure. The forecast was saying, oh no, not for a few more days, but we needed to go then. So anyway, runes are powerful magic. And so when you make a bind rune, this is basically a bind rune in and of itself. It's Isa. and Kenaz turned inward. The light of spirit turned inward. So the light of spirit is informing the whole Thursday process. So today we're going to control impulsive behavior, especially if moments of frustration occur, because they likely will. Life continues to be challenging as others refuse to follow safety guidelines surrounding the virus. As you stand against opposition to behavior that isn't in service to safety and protection, however, do so in a manner that doesn't create unnecessary conflict. People are still getting violent if you tell them, why aren't you wearing a mask? Get a mask on. They still want to get violent. We have a grocery store here in town that has one of those billboard signs and also has signs on the window going in. What is it? No shirts, no shoes, no mask, no service. So there you go. You don't go in there without a mask on. They have masks for sale up on the different check stands. I think some of them are only like $2. So, no excuse now to not, to go out and about without wearing a mask on. It is just ridiculous what people are doing. And so control that impulsive behavior today. If you're still coping with that, trying to figure all this out as to what you need to do, I don't know. And to people who went to Sturgis, if you're from here and you went and you see me out and about, or my husband out and about, don't talk to us for a while. I don't even want to know you. So anyway, I don't understand this. I don't understand this at all. But I keep saying that every time I talk here. I don't understand what's going on. Today the moon's in Cancer, so you may take an innovative or otherwise unusual approach to problem solving involving heightened empathic awareness, intuition, or both. That's both the moon sextile Uranus and trine Neptune today. You feel drawn toward nurturing others, making certain they feel loved and protected. So let that, align with the Thursday energy and take a different approach today. If you're struggling against the idea of wearing a mask, just drop resistance. Just drop resistance and come on, get on this shared healing path with all of us so we can get through this. I mean, isn't it getting old, to have to deal with this all the time? If we just would have masked up for a couple of months from the beginning, we would have had a much better summer than what we have right now. And, who knows, if we continued it, maybe kids would be a lot safer going back to school than what they are. But as of right now, you want to hold your children close. You don't want to let the government define for you what you're going to allow for your children, because you're the person in between, right? You're the protector in between your children and the government, and they're not making sense, so you need to, for the sake of your kids, find another alternative instead of going to public school right now. Going back into a classroom does not seem to be the most prudent thing to do. So let's try to rethink some of that and problem solve with heightened empathic awareness, intuition, or both. So be the parent, be the authority. Anyway, the human design section of the chart. Although truth has an interesting way of inciting revolutionary change, those in authority still refuse to take responsibility for the current situation, unwilling to find acceptable or productive solutions, and they're allowing others to take the blame for it. That's the Sun and Mercury's position, all of that. Today in the human design chart, interacting with the I Ching. Now that new leadership has emerged, and it is continuing to emerge here, but we kind of have a sense of who it might be next time. The conversation's changed to one that now insists on actions that heal and protect over those that continue to hide the truth. Enough is enough. And I think that's where everybody is right now. Well, I don't know about everybody, but I think a lot of us are, even those people who voted for the current impeached one in the Oval Office, I think even they're starting to understand that something's really wrong here. And that, to take out postal sorting machines, there's over, what was the last count? Was it 671? Something like 607, I don't know. Not 700, but closer to that. So it's on the upper end of the 600 range there. Yeah, I mean, if you have a chance to go back on YouTube and watch Rachel Maddow's show from last night, you'll see she did a big deal on it. Rachel's really good about that. She will, just think back to when Fukushima happened. She had on all kinds of nuclear physicists. She really tried to get down to understanding on a regular person level what was all happening. So there was a lot of research, there was a lot of information given that it kind of, I mean, she's always done this, but I don't know, when times are really difficult, the Rachel Maddow show tends to really dig in and figure out, okay, what's going on here? What's really happening here? So go back, if you can, to YouTube and watch. I'm sure they have a clip of it. They're probably on YouTube on MSNBC's deal, or maybe she's got her own. I don't know. I just watch the show, so I don't have to do that. But find it, watch it, and she'll explain to you what's really going on. This is not good. It's been going on behind the scenes since May or June. We're only now really discovering it as we see the blue mailboxes being taken out of communities, and generally speaking, just in so-called democratic areas, where the blue areas versus the red areas. So since I live in a red area, what, are we safe? I don't know. I'm just gonna. We have here in Oregon, like I said, the vote by mail boxes, the drop-off boxes. I have never seen one. I've never gone to one, but by golly, I guess, what is it, 20 days or something I read on the website, they'll put up where the locations are going to be. Maybe we'll have more, maybe we don't need them, I don't know, but as soon as we get our ballots in the mail, we're just going to fill them out that day and take them in to wherever the boxes are and drop them off there. Usually, I can either drop them in my mailbox or I can drive it up to the post office, but at this juncture, unless we know that everything has returned to normal, supposedly they're not doing any more of that. Yeah, right. But we'll find out. The postal workers are letting everybody know what's happening. So in other words, I guess we're just not going to go down without some kind of a response or some kind of fight to actually make our vote count or be counted, right? I don't know. If the Postal Service can ship stuff, Christmas cards and presents and all of that over Christmas, then they can do this. They've already said they can do this. This is a no-brainer. But to leave mail, here's the thing, okay? We can talk about the vote all we want to, but guess what else is happening? People who get their medications through the mail aren't getting them. We're seeing on Twitter how long someone's having to wait. If you have to wait for heart medicine, cancer medicine, any kind of autoimmune type of medicines, you have to have it. Blood pressure medicine, whatever you are taking that basically keeps you alive every single day. You are somebody that needs the Postal Service to deliver your mail when you expect it to. That's not happening. People are having to wait, and that's not, people are going to, this is, well, you can imagine what's going to happen. So this is a time to stand up and say no more. This is the time to stand up and say enough. We cannot allow this interference with, you know what, it's the Postal Service. It's not supposed to make a profit. It's like a non-profit. You can make money, but it's to run the business. It's not all about what you can stick in your pocket. Sometimes we do things just to make things easier on people, and that's the reason for the post office, so we can communicate, so businesses that we do business with can bill us. But we have who we have in the Oval Office, and he was impeached, and the Senate didn't do its job. Had they done so, I doubt very seriously we'd be where we are, but who knows? If they had impeached Pence as well, we'd have a different president right now, wouldn't we, for a little while, who wouldn't allow this kind of stuff. None of this stuff would be happening. Irrespective of what political side you fall on, surely you have to understand that we all have to be able to vote. And if you don't, if you think, oh, no, let's fiddle with that, let's make sure they can't, you have a problem. So deal with it. Figure it out. Cut it out. I don't know. Anyway, Esoteric Influences go up on the newsletter as of tomorrow, so if you still want to sign up for it, go to the blog. It's on the side panel there. Put your email in, and you'll get this in your inbox for the week. Otherwise, come back here and also check out the blog at Stepping Aside. So thanks a lot for watching. Have a good day, and be good to yourself. Be good to one another. Wear a mask if you go out, and blessed be.